Being a different thinker and the leader creates always opportunities for growth, change, and advancement. You just got to be open to them. So this week, what I want to talk about and what I wrote my article about this week was entirely improving your leadership communication with this simple one tool. And it is a question, actually. And it is the question, what is the next best step? Sometimes leaders, rarely do I see this, but every once in a while they can freeze under a question they've never seen before and are like, I don't want to screw this up. Simply asking, what is the next best step, can help you get out of freeze and get your brain going on creating a solution, because you're asking a question. Your brain likes when you ask a question. It helps take us out of fight, freeze, that, and move us into another spot. In the article, I talk about a business owner that I've been working with that this year, her government got a new leader, and that leader, a bunch of new tariffs came on, and it happened to be on a lot of supplies that they use to create their product. And what was incredible was how quickly she just saw that as a creative advantage to lead differently, and really stepped up for all of that. That said, during the process, and I go into more detail in the article, she talks, what she didn't do was talk, actually. She did not share with people what she was thinking, what she was planning on doing. She just started delegating things out and giving people tasks, which was great. At this point, though, she had recognized, HR had informed her that people were starting to leave because they were scared. And why they were so scared is there wasn't communication explaining what was happening. And so they weren't sure if the company was going to survive, if their jobs were good. People get scared. And as leaders, it's really important that we learn how to communicate what's happening, or what we can communicate, to bring that fear down and to enroll them in the change that's happening ahead. And that's really what we focused on. And that's where that question, what is the next best step, can be so helpful in the process, because really they're asking, what are we going to do? And your response is, well, here's what the next step is. And it doesn't have to be a long step. And at times you do need to paint the picture way out there and then bring them back and be like, we're just going to do this one step next. Don't worry about it. We've got the big picture. Here's the next best step we're going to take. There are a couple other ways you might communicate that. So before we move forward, the next step is to stabilize where we're already at. That would look like this. Or clarity, the next best step is to define what success looks like before we act on it. Let's not make a lot of really quick reactions and responses to this change in the market. That's all that is. Let's instead take a step back. What could be our next best steps? Let's explore that a little bit more. Let's work together to find that. A celebration frame around what's the next step might just be, the next step is to recognize that we've accomplished so much so far. Before we push ahead, let's take a moment to celebrate the transition, the change, what we've already accomplished. So as leaders, don't forget, you are also, when I use that term, leading your own life. You are the leader of your own life. And are you communicating that to the people around you? And are you making sure to enroll them in the future that you're building? I promise you, enrolling people in your future is probably one of the greatest boosts you can make to your goals. And sometimes it might come from people in a manner that's, they're not absolutely supportive. I actually find that to be very motivational. Sometimes when the people around me are like, oh, you can't do that, or how are you going to do that? That just makes my brain go, oh yeah, now game on. Like, now I just want to demonstrate this is so able to happen. I get you don't have the picture for it. I do. I'm going to make that happen. You are an incredible leader of others in your own life, and it is important. This question can really simplify your communication and improve your communication easily. That's why I put it out there. That's why it works really well with people with ADHD, dyslexia, autism, those neurodiversities, those different thinking brains. It's a really simple question that as you answer it, you can enroll other people. You can communicate with other people about that. I am JoyGenea. I am so glad you were here. I'm an incredible coach that works for unconventional leaders and international individuals that have a neurodiversity and are in a professional field. So glad you stopped by. I would love to see your comments. I would love to hear how you implement this into your environment and what kind of results you get. Thank you so much. Bye now.